Okay, thank you for giving me 9 minutes. As I did understand everything what you talked about, I will just add something. You know that reality is a construction. Each of us here in this room has got his own reality, so we have got as many realities here as you are in the space. That is why we also can imagine other realities. Estonia, Latvia, Poland, Germany, they only do exist because there is a bigger number of people that believe that it exists. So this gives us the chance to create a new reality, and I want to just give you one example. Swoopfurt. Swoopfurt is the first city that exists at the Polish-German border, halfly on the post-Polish side and halfly of the post-German side. Both cities before 1999 were called Frankfurt Oder and Swobice, and in 1999 they stopped to exist. They joined together into one city. Swobice, the first half of Swobice is Swoop, and the second half of Frankfurt is Furt. Of course, if you create a new city, you need a coat of arms. Here we have got the coat of arms of the city of Swoopfurt. The rooster was in both coat of arms before. We just put it on an egg because, you know, it provokes the principal philosophical question. Then the question is, if you have a new space, you also need to describe the borders of this space. Of course, we know the borders here in Valga, they are just going through the city. If you know history, then you know that one time it was in one space together, then it was divided again, then came together again, then it was divided again. So if you take here Swoopfurt, you have on this side, I don't know how to switch. Okay, here this circle represents the entity of Poland. This circle represents the entity of Germany, and where both entities touch each other, we started to make a new circle, creating the entity of Swoopfurt. So you can be Polish and being Swoopfurter at the same time, you can be German and being Swoopfurter at the same time. Finally, you can be proud to be a Swoopfurter because you know where are your borders. To make this visible, we started to build a wall on this line, of course. You can see here the wall of the city of Swoopfurt. It's 50 centimeters high, so you can sit on it. We have now two halves of it. The one you can see on the upper side, it is in the district of Swoop, and it is 25 meters long. And the other one you see on the small photos is in the district of Fürth, there where Poland, Germany and Kaufland touch each other. I don't know if you know what is Kaufland, it's a supermarket. Of course, if you create a new space and people live in this space, they also want to know what is going on in this space. So we created our own daily newspaper. Here you've got it, you can have a look at it later if you like. It is in Polish and German language because not everybody speaks Swoopfurtish yet. And of course, when you create a city together, then you also need your common town hall. In Swoopfurt it was very practical because these were the former border controls, the building was empty, so we could just enact it and create our own town hall. You know, Rathaus, Ratusz means town hall. And the next step, of course, if you want to have one city, people want to identify with it. People love to have ID cards, so every citizen of Swoopfurt can get an ID card. Of course, in Swoopfurt, identity or belonging to something is not described by blood and ground. I don't know how it is in Estonia, but in Germany it was like this, that you still have to prove if your father, your grandfather and your great-grandfather are really German. And so we decided we do it the other way. Everybody can be Swoopfurter. At the moment you decide you want to be a Swoopfurter, then you can be one. So each of you are invited to become a Swoopfurter. The next thing, to create identification, because I say that the identification is something else than identity. Identity is your personal development, is sports. Somebody's running with a flag on its breast, is winning, and then a whole nation is proud and happy. That's very funny, that's Monty Python-like, and it works. And so, here you see in white the Swoopfurters, in yellow the Gubianers. The Olympic Games of Swoopfurt against Gubian was 2008, and at the moment the Swoopfurters, consisting in Swoopers and Furters, had a common enemy. Integration worked directly, and we won 3-1. There you have more traditional sports like kicking the golf ball across the Oder River. And here is one of our sportsmen, Pooh. He is originally from Beijing. He went there in 2008. You see it's all empty because everybody was in Swoopfurt. And here you see our logo of Swoopfurt. 4 apples and 4 eggs and 1 apple. I'm joking a lot because I think humor is something very important. If you want to create a new space, don't do it too seriously because people will get tired. But then, when we had all these different symbols, of course, we needed a real own parliament. And it was not about to take politicians from Swobice and Frankfurt. It was about everybody can be a parliamentarian if they or he like to. So since 2009, Swoopfurt has got its own parliament. And every time we have a topic we want to discuss about, we meet each other. Everybody who's there is a parliamentarian and has got a voice. So if you come to our meeting, you can sit down with us, you've got a voice. And if you have got an idea, you can start proposing your idea. And if you want to take responsibility for your idea, you can find people who want to join you, and then we can realize this project. So I want to just shortly tell you something. We started to enact empty spaces in the city of Swoopfurt. One was on the first side, directly beside the bridge. In 2005, within urban planning, of course, all the houses have been taken down, and since 2005, the ground was waiting for a big investor coming to build a shopping mall. And in 2012, this investor was still not there, so we decided to enact this place. And with the parliament, we discussed what should be in this place. We had lots of different things going on there, 3 years long, volleyball field, pump track for kids, stage. Everything which was happening there was created by the citizens of the city of Swoopfurt. This, for me, is grassroots democracy. And then, finally, in 2015, we had to leave this space because an investor from Switzerland wanted to build a shopping mall there. It is still not there, but we had to move away. But in this time, during these 3 years, the real politicians from the so-called real world, they saw that really something was going on. That this empty area where was only rubbish, suddenly people were doing something in this area, and there was no more rubbish, and there was culture going on. So they decided, okay, you get a new space from us, and we got a new space near the town hall, which was a sports hall from a former ground school with the green area around. And since 2014, we work a lot together with refugees, because all refugees get our identity card. They don't need to ask for asylum in Swoopfurt. That's why it is, you see, in several languages. And they found this place a very good place for themselves, because suddenly nobody told you have to integrate and learn this and learn that and that. They could just come and do something, sports and whatever they would like to. So, here in working groups, we developed the ideas, what we wanted to do. You see the inside of the sports hall. And here, of course, we had to do everything ourselves. You see the sign of our parliament. And everybody who's doing something in this space, gets a key from us. So we have more than 20 key owners now, from Afghanistan, from Syria, from Cameroon, from Somalia, from Eritrea, and so on, and of course also from Swoopford. And we make parties there, we have ongoing playing football there, we have different art activities there, and each key owner has got the responsibility to open and to close and to pay attention that everything is clean. Once a month we meet and we discuss about problems that are there. So we shared the responsibility for this space with everybody who wanted to be active, with every parliamentarian who said, I will be active, and it works. And in the outside space, we decided to provide garden claiming. That means that everybody who wants to get a piece of land, 1 square meter, 2, 3, 4 square meters, could get it and then start growing whatever they would like to grow. And very interesting, we had very interesting discussions between, for example, people from Afghanistan and people from Cameroon, because they have totally different traditions of growing plants. Yes, and there you can see how this kind of urban democracy can work. And in 2010, I got a phone call from a friend of mine, from Andrzej Łazowski, from Szczecin, and he asked me if we cannot enlarge the idea of Swoopford to the whole Polish-German border region. I will not explain everything because I should be in the 9 minutes. And we created Nova America. So Swoopford has become the capital of Nova America. And with this tent, we were traveling along through Nova America. We, the Nova Americans, discovered our own area. And in each place we came for 1 day, we met with the people. You can see these maps are similar. We had a map of each place, and people could come and say what they like, what they dislike, what they have for ideas for their place. And then we had a discussion inside the tent, a parliament of people from the place, not of the politicians, but of the people who live there, to discuss their own place. We registered it. If you want, you can look the films on YouTube. They are in Polish and German language, unfortunately. Yes, and then you see, I make a short jump. I was here now for a few weeks, thanks to Tanne, who invited me to come, because of course Nova America means to me, to us, all border regions. So we are in Nova America here, and with Tanne we thought, how can we start speaking with the people from Valga and Valka? And so here in this culture center was the nomadic tent, and as you can see, we had the same kind of discussions with people from Valga. Unfortunately, there came only some people from Valga, because I don't know, the one person from Valga was ill, and I discovered that there are not so many contacts. I thought there would be lively contacts here between Valga and Valka, but there are not, even though your river is quite smaller than our river. Yeah, just some impressions, and there you can see this is my proposal, that people can feel that there are really, in Valga, we should first start to build a wall around Valga to make sure that this is one common space. And of course we discussed also with school classes, very interesting too. The schools from Valga have no contact with the schools in Valga. Very small steps could be taken to do something, and I see that I should finish. So this is the link of Tanne's lecture and mine, and by the end I want just to do something which I couldn't do until now. Here you can see the flag of Nova America, and I want Tanne to become the ambassador of Nova America here in Valga. Please come here to take your flag. You're welcome. So And here for Valka, this is the swoop for tourist guide in 3 languages. This is for the architect of Valka. So maybe we can start having diplomatic contacts between Valka and swoop first. Thank you very much.
Is there someone who wants to have some comment or a question? We are running out of the time, so...
You don't want any questions, yeah?
I want to discuss a lot with you, but we have discussed a lot already. But I will say only one thing, that in fact we have here Margus, who told us that he has idea to recreate Valga and Valga town municipality, because there is no more Valga and Valga town municipality. We are rural municipality. No more town municipality. So maybe Margus is next major Valga and Valga municipality.